if you want to raise up capital for your own project, for your own hedge fund, or for your own startup, then you need to understand what the due diligence requirements are. In order to do that, you need to break them down. You need to understand what they are including, what the due diligence including, and what the key elements of the key factors that you need to be aware of, so you can collect all of the data on them, so you can start to present them to the investor, so you will absolutely have completely successful rising process. So let's get into it directly so you don't spend your own time and my own time. Let's get into it. So first of all, what you need to have in the due diligence requirements, when the investor, they will ask you about it, you need to have something is called for the TAM, total addressable markets. You need to have the finance, the competitive position, the tax, HR, legal, assets, IT, capital requirements. All of them, you need to have them in your due diligence requirements. But the key factors of the most important points that you need to take them up and you need to present them are the TM, finance, competitive position, HR, tax, capital requirements. The legal, assets, IT, they are not so important. I will get into it directly. But let's start with the first one, TAM, total addressable market. What that means? So current market share by product and service, prediction and analysis of potential future and market share. Future market share. So what that means? So you need also to show off, all right, what the services, what the products that are already in the market right now, that are valid in the market of the same products that you are already providing, what they are getting for prices, what they are getting for need, what they're getting for ask, and how are the revenue going for them. At the same time, also to show off what the prediction, what the analysis for the potential market share. So how things would go in the near future, or even for the long term, for this specific market that you are into, and the market that you are looking to dominate once you have already launched your project of your own service, of your own product. So you need to have something that's called for the total addressable market. That's what that means, and that's what it's including. Number two, finance. Detailed records of past financial performance, including revenue, profit, etc. Forecasted financial statements and projections, most recent balance sheet, income statements and cash flow statements, details of current debts, terms and conditions. A table showing the company's securities, equity, debt, warrants, etc., and each investor's percentage of ownership. That's what you need to take a look on. You need to take a look on all of that, and that's what it will also be including in the finance elements. So you need to show them off what the profit were, what was the profit was, what the revenue was, and what do you have for today for balance sheet, income statements, cash flow statements, debts, terms, conditions. All of that makes all of sense to show them off what every investor, which investor they currently own of the company, if you have already raised any financial, any equity rounds before, how much you get for equity. All of that makes sense to show them off from the beginning, which is pretty obvious. Now let's get into the third one, competitive position. Analysis of market trends and the company's adaptability to change. What that means. So if there is a new trend that's coming to the market right now or coming to the industry, all right, and you want to make sure that you would be on this trend, how fast and how quickly you can change to make sure that you will have the best outcome of the best return on this trend that is going on right now in the current market or industry. Do you have the access? Do you have everything that you need to have in the place in order to change fast and quickly to make sure to adapt and to get the best return from what's going on right now for trends? Do you have that? If you do, how? What's your unique selling point, right? What's your unique point of having the best one? You understand? why you would do that, why you would do that more than the others, why you have this extra bonus on your project because you are willing to do that. Why? So, and how long it would take to do that. So speed and why and how professional you can make it. Now let's get into the fourth one, which is the HR, human resources. So chart showing the company's organizational structure and hierarchy, bios and background information of the management team members. So record team, staff, members, all of that makes sense to show them off right here. How many team members you got right now? How you are hearing team? What do you have for the teams right now? What do they have for background? And how you making sure that you will hear the best team? What do you have for hearing process? And sometimes if you have any questions for the hearing side or hearing process, that absolutely will set you apart from the others. So you will absolutely present that. But all of that, it can take like a powerful points that will compel the ambassador to invest into you. Because if you have the best team, if you have all players of team members, they will absolutely appreciate that and they will see that like, all right, that's extra push, that's extra bonus, that's extra plus. I would absolutely consider to invest into this team or into this project because they understand that in order to achieve X, then you need to have Y of team members in the place. Number 5, capital requirements, detailed statements on how the capital will be used. So, which is just pretty obvious, you know about it maybe. You need to show them, all right, where this capital will be used. Is it marketing? Is it product development? Is it producing? Is it partnerships? Is it team management? Is it hearing? Where this capital will go? Is it like company's culture? Is it you want to expand franchises? Is it like it's coming to the investment opportunity? Where it will go? Where this capital will go to? All right, so you need to show them off, all right, step by step structure, how much it will go to X, how much it will go to Y, how much to Z, and how you would make sure that in the total or in the end, all of what you have already invested into, you will get return from. Now you will also give a time frame on whether or when you will use it. At the same time, now we talk about the public traded companies. If you have public traded companies and you look at raise capital, so that is most relevant to you. You need to show them off tax, detailed explanation of the company's tax structure, and the planning copies of the last 3 years federal tax return. So as I told you, that is not relevant to all the private sector companies or all to the funds. But if you have already a public traded companies, so you can absolutely do that. You will need to show them the tax structure, planning copies of the last 3 years, federal tax return. So you need to show them of. If you don't have a public traded company, then you need also to show them of the first year of you in the market. If you have already generated any pre-revenue, so it will absolutely make sense to show them off. All right, that's what I have generated, that's what I have paid tax, and that's how things are going on. If you don't have 1 year of revenue, then I don't recommend you to raise capital at all. If you don't have minimum 1 year of revenue, pre-revenue, even if you don't have high numbers, but you need to have a revenue minimum 1 year. If you have that, so you can raise up capital, and you can show them all right, that's the tax report, and that's how much we have paid, that's how much we have already got back, and for the next 2 years, that's what we can see that we would also pay, because that's what we have for goals, and that's how we have already seen response. And what we have also is a legal assets IT. So I don't recommend you to go through them or present them. You can do that as a bonus, but I don't recommend you to do that because it just is only waste of time. If you have any ongoing issue, legal issue, so you will absolutely present them upfront. Don't let the investor to explore or discover something without already address it upfront or in advance before they will do that by their own self, right? So if there is anything that or a legal issue, anything similar, there is that open and tell them, all right, that's how things going on. That's what we have for legal issue, right? If you have anything on that, so present it. If you don't need to go through it. They would ask you if they want like to see more legal documents or something similar. But if you have any legal issue, present that. Don't let that to be to the unknown because they will discover that later on and it will absolutely will make them to lose faith. And the next one is assets. If you have already any leased real estates, any leased cars, any leased properties, so it will absolutely make sense to just present them. If you don't, so you don't need to. But if you have, so you can absolutely do that. Present them. Tell them, all right, that's what we have already leased. That's what we have already leased currently. That's what we are leasing right now. That's what we're going to lease for the next 2-3 months. Yeah, that's like an extra bonus just to build more trust. I see. If you have in your own company, on your own startup or your own public traded company, any type of IT technology that is needed to be in the place in order to produce or to create or to generate revenue or products, and you need to have it in the place. So you will absolutely present it. You will tell them, all right, we have this IT technology, right, in our company, in our startup. And in order to achieve X of revenue, then we need to make sure that this IT technology will be funded all the time. We make sure that we will keep regenerating to us revenue. And that's what we will make sure to get also be funded for. We will also get funded to make sure that we will also produce more X so we can take Y from the IT technology. You got it. If you have anything that is specific for your own company that you are using for IT technology, you need to address that, right? If you don't, so you don't need to go through it. That's what you need to focus on, but that's what you need to focus on, that TM, finance, competitive position, HR, tax, capital requirements. We need to include all of them in the due diligence requirements in order to raise up capital. So make sure to have them, make sure to work on them, make sure to build them, make sure to do research on them, and make sure to have all the materials, all the information that you need to have them on each one of them to make sure that they will have easy, fast, quickly capital raising process. That was everything for today. If you have already seen anything or kind of follow or any type of follow in today's video, and take a look in the description below because I have something for you. If you'd like to subscribe to this channel, that absolutely will make sense to use that. If you don't, that's absolutely up to you. And until then, have a nice day.